Mr. T survived. And how I knew about him, we had a very strong counter-corruption unit in Home Affairs. They just told me that there is a Mr. T who has just retired minister, and this is what happened to him. And we want you to visit him. And so that he must realize that he has not been thrown away or thrown to the wolves because he's in hiding. I visited Mr. T, as you remember, advocate. I sat with him for 2 hours. When he finished his story, I said, wow, this is not for me. From what he told me, I decided not to go to the police. I went to Advocate Mutibi. I said, this is bigger than me, Advocate. Come and listen to this man. And I took him there, somewhere within the Republic of South Africa, to talk to Mr. T. And when he listened to his story, he said, wow. He went to fetch his team to come and sit with him. And when they finished, they went straight to a judge who did not hesitate. From the information Mr. T gave, who did not hesitate to give an order for a search and seizure. Many of you in the media attended that. The search and seizure at the Maraba Start Reception Center. It used to have the name of Desmond Tutu. It has been changed. And it was 10 days before the elections last year. And people thought it was just electioneering. They told me so. Many journalists told me this is just electioneering. Nothing will come out of it. Now, why am I relating this story? Because Babita did exactly what Mr. T was doing, and she lost her life. Mr. T did not lose his life, but he's in hiding. He's in hiding. He can't live a free life. The people who killed Babita and who put Mr. T in hiding are driving Lamborghinis. Lamborghini Urus and the ones you couldn't pronounce, advocate. They are living a free life. Now, what type of country are we going to become? That the public servants, who are the real public servants, are the ones that are in hiding, and the scavengers are driving Lamborghinis. Surely none of us would like to live in that type of country. I know what I'm going to say. Many of you here might criticize me, but I'm going to say it anyway. When things like this happen, you start appreciating why the Chinese execute people to remove them from society. You start appreciating it. I'm not saying we can do it. We are a different country. But you start appreciating and understanding why they go to that extent. Because they don't want to live in hiding and let the thugs run amok. Mr. T, when I visited him, he was still testifying. He testified by virtual. Even now, as I'm talking, still having cases where he's testifying by virtual. I asked him, Mr. T, why you survived twice and he's still having bullets in his body, which doctors may not remove because they are in very sensitive places of the body, and they will kill him if they try to remove them. I asked him, why do you still continue, even after surviving twice? He gave me two answers which are still shaking me. He said, Minister, people fought for this freedom and lost their lives. I am not about to give the freedom to the thugs in this country. I may as well lose my life. That will be my contribution to this country. That's what he told me. The second thing was very religious. When Mr. T was shot for the second time, he was just leaving church. Just as he stepped out of the church, They pumped the 2 bullets. Very religious. So the second reason he gave me, he said, Minister, why did I survive twice? Whoever is controlling life and death must have decided that I must be having a purpose in life. That's why he left me here. That's why he didn't take me away. Because I must still do something for this, to the people in power in this country. I'm not in power. I'm just, yes. To the people in power in this country. To make a recommendation about these people, because I agree and I appreciate our democracy. But these people are going to be fired, most probably, after DC. If people are going to testify are like Mr. T, some might be arrested and sentenced, but they are going to get parole and come back and enjoy their Lamborghinis. They are going to get parole. Others are already getting bail. So will all these exercises help us? You have referred cases to me, and I cherish that. Does it help us or does it help the country? Because one thing I know, people who do this never stop. And don't think I'm joking. And another story of small fish. In Home Affairs, we used to have a post-level 6 worker. Those who don't know what level 6 is, a DG is level 16. So you can imagine level 6 is down there, like you are saying, Lex. This man, unfortunately, he comes from my province, level 6. He used to have 5 luxury cars, among them a Porsche and a Mercedes, and a huge house somewhere in Raskororo in Limpopo, with a garage for each of the cars, because he was working with people who want to come into the country illegally, rich people who were paying him, by manipulating the movement control system. Now, when they ask him, advocate, you are a lawyer, this laws we've made. There's a law called Pajaman, where you tell a thug, what do you say if I arrest you? Something like that. They call it Paja. Yeah, the letters which you write, they call them audio. Yes, we have lost many cases because of audio. You are telling a thug that we know what you are doing. Can we do it? And you extend them, So this man was asked, can they remove him from the movement control system? Because he had some codes. You know what he said? He said, yes, take this thing of yours because I'm not going to be able to stop what I'm doing. And they thought he's very arrogant. And when they told me the story, I tried to analyze for the whole night. And I came to a conclusion why this fellow say he can't stop. Look at these people. Lamborghinis, what? Property. How do you maintain that? You can't stop. That chap, how was he going to maintain it? You can't stop. Some of them, I'm sure, have already got children in very expensive private schools and all that. How are they going to stop? And why am I emphasizing on that? The only way for us to stop them is to remove them from society. So remove them from us. That's the only way that to stop. Otherwise, they will still continue. Because even here, I'm sure after Babida died, they still continued. Even after Mr. T survived, they still continued. So I'm calling upon advocate and support me and the Premier that Babita Diogoran and Mr. T must be given national orders, even though with Babita is posthumous, obviously. They are the ones who deserve national orders and who need the freedom of South Africa rather than this tax getting that freedom of South Africa. So I'm sure there will be a question which will be asked by the media, because I ask why Tembisa? Why not any other hospital? But advocate, from my experience, I don't want to stop here. I'm going to sit with you and continue. I would like you to visit at least 2 more provinces after Gauteng. I would like you to do KZN and Eastern Cape. I'm not saying the others no, but I would like you to do that, and we'll sit down and I'll show you why and where and how it must happen. But as to the junior officials here, you need to help us with your power, because SIU have got power, and the powers that be. What do we do with these officials? Could there be a ruling, for instance, that once you are called, you must never, ever, ever work for the public again? Regardless of how many years you serve, you must never, ever. They keep on being recycled. They go here, DC, they are charged, they get parole and all that, they come back and continue what we are doing. Because, advocate, it can't be us who live in hiding. I appreciate the change of the laws to protect whistleblowers. Yes, I understand that and I support it. But I think our main function is to remove those who force whistleblowers to look for protection. They are the ones that must be removed. And I hope one day when we wake up, we'll have achieved that. But as for these ones that we have put here, we will go and process them. We'll follow all the rules. My own desire is that they must never, ever, ever see any office that serves the public again. Thank you very much.